Greetings once again, friends, and live from Retro Central. My name is Peter, and welcome back to the YouTube channel and to Consolation, kind of. As always, I thank you very much for taking the time to check out my work. I really do appreciate it. Today's video is not a Consolation video per se. That's coming either tomorrow or Friday. But as you can see by the way that I'm dressed, I'm looking a little more official than usual. There have been some changes or some imminent changes in my personal life which are going to affect content creation for me. So I felt it was time to make an update video. And while I was at it, I figured I would share some recent pickups with you. So this will be a fun one to put together. First of all, why am I dressed like this? I am hopefully, today is a second interview, but I think I'm close to getting a job and I'm going to be back in the workforce. This is going to be the first time that I've been working since I moved home from Arizona in 2011, getting hopefully close to full-time hours. The reason this is happening, you know that I've been in school taking college classes for the last 2+ years. Unfortunately, there was something administrative that I couldn't overcome. I talked about this in a recent video that I posted from the office, but long story short, it looks like school is out and work is in. If that happens, of course, that means that free time is going to be much less, and it means I have some decisions to make in terms of what I focus on with my creativity time, with my free time. So let's talk about the YouTube channel first, what will be changing here. I'm glad to say at this point I don't think anything will be changing. In fact, with summer finally on its way out, it looks like I'll be able to continue to stick to the one video a week thing without having to worry about air conditioning or fans running in the background, which is a big deal. The videos really don't take too long to shoot. They take the time in front of the camera plus an additional 5 minutes or so to get the beginning and ending trimmed down so that it's ready to go up on YouTube and then uploaded. So usually that doesn't take more than about 25 minutes to half an hour, and that's tops. Less if I can nail things in the first take. And then in terms of my written stuff, my contributions to both Retroware and Hit the Pass will also be remaining the same. That is my goal at this point. My next Retroware article will be up hopefully right around September 9th. It's going to be a big piece about the 20th anniversary of the launch of the PlayStation and my own launch experience. There will be a YouTube video attached to that. That is going to be really meant for Retroware more than a Consolation episode. So I'm looking forward to getting that shot. I'm looking forward to getting the article finished. And my role with Retroware will not be changing. Also going to continue to be working with the awesome folks at Hit the Pass, which is a sports video game website I've talked about before. I'm the retro sports game expert, or one of. So I'm really looking forward to continuing to contribute articles as they come to my mind. In fact, I have one in the can that's already been submitted and is being edited and hopefully will be live on the site soon, talking about why I love collecting old sports games when a lot of other people think that they're garbage. That was a fun article to write. I based a lot of it on my trip to Retro Games Plus in Newington, Connecticut a couple of weeks ago, and I'm looking forward to sharing the article with you when it does go live. Rich and Brian over at Hit the Pass have been very flexible with me in terms of the content that I can write and how often I can write it. Basically, when I have free time, I can contribute. So that's really awesome to have that open door that I can contribute whenever I have the time and whenever something really hits me hard enough where I want to write about it. So thanks to them. Thanks also to John and Lance and Jeremy and Mike and everybody over at Retroware for being so great to work with as well. It's been over a year since I've been there, and it's really been fantastic. Actually, almost 2 years now, I think. I have to look. Anyway, so really the only thing left, the thing that I agonize the most about is what to do about the website, the Consolation website, the blog space. I haven't updated it much. The last piece I wrote was a piece talking about air combat and the beginning of the Ace Combat Mega Play, which got really very little traffic. I don't think that there's much interest in it. And to be honest, the consolation website probably gets maybe 15 to 20 hits a day on a good day. So I'm not too worried about not being able to write as much for that site or contribute a lot of content as I would to other sites. My material on Retroware and on Hit the Pass get a lot more eyes and a lot more exposure, so it makes sense to continue in those avenues. That doesn't mean that I'll be shutting down Consolation at any point. What I'm probably going to wind up doing is continuing to cross-post the videos that I post here on YouTube, and then adding some post-production notes and some other thoughts to expand on my ideas that I talk about in the videos. So that's what I see going on there. So fingers crossed on the job. It would be really nice to be making some money and to be able to buy my own stuff again rather than having to trade everything in order to get what I want. So fingers crossed. I'm very excited about it. I know that retail can be very difficult, but this is the kind of retail that I think I was born to do. So let's hope. One announcement. As you can see on the whiteboard, we just have 37 days now left until the Retro World Expo in Wallingford, Connecticut. I will be there as part of the Retroware TV family or Retroware family. Extremely excited about this. I've been looking forward to it since the event was announced. If you don't have your tickets yet, why not? It's $25 to get in, and it's for the entire day. So the sooner you get there, the longer your experience will last. There's going to be video game tournaments, open arcade and console gameplay. There are going to be bands there. There's going to be the ability to buy, sell, and trade games there. And there's going to be a lot of great YouTube talent there. The Gaming Historian, Game Chasers, Pixel Dan, Alpha Omega Sin is going to be there. Eric Lappy from Let's Get, he has his own YouTube channel, and he's also a Retroware contributor. He's going to be there. I think they're going to be doing some Video Game Years live stuff there. So you're going to get the opportunity to meet a lot of great people, many of whom you've seen on YouTube other than myself. The ability to play games for much of the day, and the ability to just have a good time. It is $25 for the entire day. If you check out this link above, it will take you to the Retro World Expo tickets page. I highly recommend that you check it out, or you can check out the Retro World Expo homepage, and I'll link that in the description below. And as an additional bonus, and I'll put bonus in quotation marks, if you do go, this bag here is a bag of goodies that I'll just be giving away to random people at the show. One thing that I believe in is generosity. And while I will have some things that I'll be selling at the show, because I do have some things that I want to be able to buy, so getting some money would make sense. A lot of this stuff, all of this stuff in the bag is things I'm just going to be giving away to the rest of the retro gaming community. It's not the most valuable stuff. Some of it has a little bit of value to it, but it's not the most valuable. It's not the most uncommon. But they are games. They do work. I've played them, so I know that they're enjoyable. At least they have been for me. And there are a couple of other things in there, too. Like there's a strategy guide in there, and there is a light gun in there as well. Although I'm not sure if the light gun works. But again, stuff I'm just giving away to give back to the community for being so awesome to me over the years since I've been part of the retro gaming community, really officially, since 2012. Again, big thanks to Retroware, to Retro Games Plus, to all of the sponsors of Retro World Expo for making it happen. I can't believe we're less than 40 days away. I'm very excited. I got to make sure I tell the people at the job interview that I'm going to need that time off, because I am not missing this event for anything. So that's the announcement. That's the content stuff. Let's talk about pickups now. Let's talk about what everyone really wants to see. The first thing I want to show is probably the most valuable of the things that I picked up. This here is Yakuza 2 for the PS2. This I had been looking for a long time, and if you've been keeping track of this game's value on price charting or on eBay or anything, you know that this game is not cheap, and it wasn't cheap to get. I had to trade in several games to be able to afford it. But now that I have it, I can tell you, it's more than worth the trade and the money. The adventure is great. The settings are even bigger than the first game. I do miss the English dub in the first game, but whatever. And playing this makes me really long for playing the newer Yakuza games on PS3. I'd really love to see them come to PS4, guys. Please make that happen. That's just me being selfish, of course. And of course, Yakuza 5 is coming to the PS3 later this year. So, Yakuza 2, the most valuable of the pickups of late. Something else that I think has value, even though it really doesn't. This is a boxed copy of Captain Skyhawk for the NES. I got this from my friends at Game Depot in Holyoke, Mass., which is my home store. It's always cool to find NES games in the box, even if they're not the most uncommon or the most valuable. Right now I have 8 box games, I think. Contra by far is my most valuable, but I have games like Gyrus and Gauntlet 2 and Super Off-Road over on my shelf as well. But it's nice to add something to that. And then I took a visit to Retro Games Plus in Newington, Connecticut. A lot of these games will be from there. This is Midnight Raiders for the Sega CD, which I paid less than $3 for. Now, granted, this isn't the most valuable game. It's certainly not the best game. This is basically another Tomcat Alley type FMV game, but I'm a sucker for those kind of games, and the price was right. I haven't had a chance to play it yet, though, so we'll see what I think of it. Also got some original PlayStation games. That's what I've been working on this year, getting my original PlayStation library larger and larger. In fact, I'm up over 300 original PlayStation games now, a number that I'm very proud of. This is Big Air from Accolade and developed by Pitbull Syndicate, which also developed a few of the test drive games. And this isn't terrible, although the controls certainly take some getting used to. And there's some good music on here, too. International Track and Field 2000, and I am one of those suckers that loves the rapid button tapping games. I have an International Track and Field in the long box. I have both track and field games for the NES, so this was kind of a no-brainer when I saw it for just a couple of dollars. Haven't played it that much yet, though, so I really don't have any opinions on it just yet. One of those games that only me will probably care about, this is March Madness 98. This is the first of the March Madness series that began on the PlayStation and eventually spread to other consoles. This on the cover, I don't know if you can see, that is Tim Duncan, which shows you how old this game is. That's Tim Duncan in his Wake Forest uniform. So I thought that that was kind of neat to have. And I also found March Madness 99 there as well. So I have 98, 99, and 2000. And I'm looking for 2001 to kind of keep the series going. As a matter of fact, I have most of the March Madness games now, which I'm pretty excited about. Here is Sledstorm for the PlayStation, the first of many Dragula games. And the reason I call it a Dragula game is because this game has Rob Zombie's Dragula in it. And if you remember, this was, I believe, 1999. So 1999 through about like 2001, 2002, Rob Zombie's Dragula was pretty much everywhere. You could pick 5 or 6 games that had Dragula on the soundtrack, and like, oh, hey, it's Rob Zombie again. But thankfully, this game is actually a lot of fun to play. I remember playing this a lot in my Funko-Land days, and it's just as fun to play today. Certainly better than the PS2 sequel that came later, which was awful. This is one that I was excited to find. This I got from Game Depot. This is Rayman for the PlayStation. Now, something I've been trying to do before the PlayStation's 20th anniversary here in the States on September 9th is I've tried to add as many of the original launch titles as I possibly can to my library, and I came so close to achieving that goal. I'm going to be just 2 games short. I'm going to be missing Street Fighter the movie, which I can't afford, and I'm going to be missing Total Eclipse Turbo, which I wasn't able to find. But other than that, I have all the other ones, and there's one more of them, in fact, in the purchases that I'll show you. I have not played the original Rayman, in fact, so this will be fun to try out for the first time. I skipped out on this when it first came out. Have a couple of long box PlayStation games here. This is Geom Cube, which looks like it was published by American Technos, actually. This game actually has the manual, has the disc, and it has the foam insert as well. So I thought that was kind of nice. Haven't played this yet either. I need to get around to trying this. And speaking of launch titles, this is Kiliak, the DNA Imperative, which was a launch game. This is another long box game in the hard plastic case, which means that unfortunately the hinge will eventually give way and the case will probably be crap, but I'm trying to take care of it as best I can. This didn't come with the foam insert on the inside, but the manual is a little bit warped, but it's still nice to have this complete as is. Sticking with Game Depot, I picked up ABC Monday Night Football for the Super NES. This was a nice find after Frank Gifford's passing, because Frank Gifford is so prominently featured in this game. The game isn't great, but the presentation certainly is. It's pretty neat to have instant replays saved to the battery. I thought that was a neat idea. And it was a cool find for just $1. Barkley Shut Up and Jam, a game that I'd always heard about but never played, and now I have it in my library. And it's kind of sad that I didn't have it before, because this is a NBA Jam clone, and it's actually pretty fun. Getting used to the controls, there are some differences between NBA Jam and this game, but still it has that Jam feel, and as you know, NBA Jam is one of my favorite games ever, so this was a nice find as well. I had Bubsy for the Genesis, and now I have it for the Super NES. Yes, there are a lot of people that hate Bubsy, that think that it is aimless and directionless, and the levels are too large, and the speed is too fast, and there are other problems, but back when this game was new, I thought this game was awesome. Hearing Bubsy with his little one-liners, and seeing the character and the Tood, as GameSack likes to refer to it as, I just have a lot of fun memories of this, so this is more nostalgia-driven than anything else. So now I need to get Bubsy 2, and then I would have all 3 Bubsy games, because Bubsy 3D is over in my CD rack. This one almost nobody will care about but me, but it's important because with this copy of NHL 98, I now have all of the NHL games for both the Genesis and the Super NES. And this was a relatively cheap find, too. Next to Madden, the NHL games are games that I buy pretty much every year without even thinking about it. This year, of course, buying Madden came to bite me in the butt. If you've seen the YouTube video I posted from last night, you'll understand why. But still, getting all of the NHL games is kind of a nice accomplishment. And last but not least, this is Troy Aikman Football for the Super NES. This is sealed still, and I'm going to be opening this on camera in just a minute. This was less than $3. I have never played this. I remember seeing it on some sales data sheets from 1994, but I missed out on it. I never bought it. Now I can see that this is published by Trade West, and I believe that Leland, who did the quarterback game in arcades, who was responsible for that game, has something to do with this. So let's go ahead and let's make some history here. Let's check out some history. Again, this, I believe, is from 1994. Trademark Williams Entertainment. So a shout out to Midway there. Troy Aikman NFL Football are trademarks of Williams Entertainment and Trade West. Okay, let's do this. Let's open this up. Okay. I'm doing this all live on camera. I'm not editing it, so hopefully opening this won't be difficult. There it is. So we're going to take the plastic off. We'll put that over to the side. And again, the box is pristine. Let's open it up and see what's in there. Well, I can see a manual, and I can see some other paperwork. Let's slide it out. The first thing I will show you is the box with the game in there. It has its own dust cover, which is nice. So obviously that was going to be in there. Nintendo Power advertising. Whoa, you're not going to believe what's inside. It gives you so much power every month. It's scary. And there's a small little Join the Club Today poster, which I might put up. So that's kind of cool. This is why I loved opening games back in the day, by the way, because you never knew what else was in there. You knew a game was in there, and you knew a manual was in there, but everything else, you never had any idea. Here is a Trade West warranty card. 3 reasons to send in your warranty card. Technical support, information, and a free game offer. Every week, a drawing is held for a free video game of your choice. I wonder if I could still send this to the address. Probably not, though. Ooh, I'll get to that. Of course, the consumer information booklet that came with every Super Nintendo game. Ah, cool. All right, so it looks like there is a poster in here, and the poster is of Double Dragon 5, which is kind of cool. And on the back is the 1994-95 NFL schedule. And you could also, at the very bottom here, you could write out the wild card teams who won the championship games and all the way down to the Super Bowl. So that's kind of neat. Of course, the 1994-95 season is well since past, but still kind of a cool poster. And then, of course, the instruction manual, which is pristine, as it should be. Well, it looks like it keeps some stats, which is nice. Delete stats currently selected. There's a battery in here, which is nice. So that is Troy Aikman football. Again, I haven't played it yet. I will play it soon, I promise. Maybe as we get closer to the start of the NFL season, I will do some football gameplays. But those are the recent pickups. I don't know when the next one will be. Hopefully it'll be in another month. But it's fun to share those with you. And again, this is a really cool find. It's nice, even just for my own memory's sake, being able to look back and say that I opened a sealed Super Nintendo game. Thanks to Retro Liberty, by the way. They unsealed a Super Play Action Football in one of their episodes, one of their videos, and I really wanted to do it in my own, and now I can say that I did. So thanks to Retro Liberty. Make sure you check them out too. Thanks for watching this video. I appreciate it. Again, a new consolation video, honest to goodness, should be coming tomorrow. Until then, as always, my friends, thanks for watching, and take care.